All right, today is Wednesday. It is March 15th. Countdown to Big 4-0 well underway for me.
Ooh.
It's getting like heated every day now that I look at that date. It's like, shit, we're getting there.
Are you just resigned to it? It's just
Can't escape time.
It's
Can't
like,
run time.
But I mean, there was a little bit of time where you were fighting it. You did the whole like, oh, Kevin and Dan, you're only 32. You're not that much younger than me. Like you did that thing.
If I wasn't a like F minus public figure, I would just have a 39th again. Like I
Keep
just
doing
lied.
that. Yeah.
Well, I'd do it for maybe 1 to 2 years.
That's a chick move.
I don't give a fuck what move it is. I like
It draws
that move.
more attention to how insecure you are about 40.
I wouldn't fucking tell anybody I'm doing it, obviously, man. No one would know. I'm saying I'm not. If I could, I would. We got the brackets. We did the Bud Light Busters. You can see it over there, everyone. Everyone got a 9 through a 16 for the tournament. I got UNC Wilmington. Who do you have, Dan?
I got Nevada, Cam Oliver,
Wolfpack, and that's good. Credit to you whenever you can actually do a hand gesture with the team. Huge rooting advantage. And who do you have?
NC Central / UC Davis.
So you were at the bottom.
You got a scout tonight.
16 seed. I'm already on the phone with places in Vegas just in case to get the clubs ready. Anybody who advances in this office to the Sweet 16 will be jetted off to Vegas, all expenses paid, not at the club, root for your teams there. So it's a big prize on the line. Excited to see how it goes.
You get to go to your birthday party?
My birthday party's Tuesday. Yeah, so it's a tweener. I'll actually be here.
Oh, you're going to... Yeah, but your party...
Your party's going to be on Tuesday.
Yeah,
the whole point of this bracket was so that you have friends at your birthday party.
No. That wasn't the point of my bracket. My birthday happened to be where it was. It always coincides with March Madness. Actually, shout out to myself. I got very sick last week. Traditionally, I get sick
7 to 10 days.
The first week of the tournament because championship week takes me out of it. But yeah.
No gambling, Dave. You're able to survive.
Let's just say wheels are in motion for Gambling Dave to make a comeback.
Yes.
I have
wheels.
I've also put wheels in motion just in case the first wheels get derailed.
I've been
talking to my guy. It was a weird conversation talking with my guy, and he's like, "What is the limit?" And I was like, "I don't think there is a limit."
That's the whole point.
Can you handle
why
that?
we like Gambling Dave.
I talked to my guy, and it's like a train, when a train starts moving, it's slow. What do you mean for like a week limit? It's like 100.
Yes.
It's like $100.
Yeah.
Like
no, dude.
100 grand.
No, dude.
But you need it, and people are going to be like, "That's degenerate." There's so many games going on.
So good, yeah. They all overlap.
Yeah, so it's like,
I did the old text. Can you bump it up?
Yeah, and to be honest, when you get murdered, that's what you go back. It's like I couldn't have lost like 8 in a row.
Right.
You can't plan for 8 in a row. That's like flipping heads 8 times in a row.
It's like your famous understreak. Or was it? Yeah.
No, that was
baseball.
Yeah,
that was classic.
13 in a row.
Yeah.
You're like, there's no way that this can go under all day.
That was so awesome.
It's got to even out.
Let's go.
And then
Let's just declare him back right now.
13 unders in a row.
I did a full day
that
of
was so
unders
great.
and everything went over. And they went over fast in baseball. It's like the second inning.
You crunched the mat. Like,
My brain, I can feel my brain shifting. It's almost like village people like rearranging in my brain. They're like, whoa, we were on clubs and like weird shit. Now we got to get back. It's like everyone's bringing out the old playbook and shit like that. It's crazy. I can feel it starting.
Yes.
Jack Threads. So this is brought to you by jackthreads.com. Go massive spring sale, massive, huge, big. Find everything you need to gear up for the season, from everyday essentials to perfect fitting jeans. Jack Threads, jackthreads.com. So go there. They bring you it, buy the stuff so I can gamble more. Hockey talk. That's the first segment that we cut on this. And I just love, hockey guys, NHL guys, not fake hockey guys, real hockey guys. They love Barstool. Huge Barstool fans. It's by far our #1 sport. Like, not even close. We're well there, and you watch these videos. I don't even know the guy's name. San Jose Sharks. He's mic'd up. It's hilarious. He's like he's talking a different language. Like the things he's saying.
They speak their own language, and
like
they would do it whether they're mic'd up or not. That's the beauty of it.
This guy may not even be told he was mic'd up.
Right.
Like he's just skating around talking his thing. There were so many funny parts. Like one dude was telling him, he's like, "Oh, you got to check whether you got that." He tried to move that didn't work. He's like, "You got to check that to see if that's in your bag in practice." Like I tried it. I don't have it in my bag, so I don't do it. And they're just busting each other's balls. He gets in a fight with a dude, and they do the classic hockey, like, "You want to go? Yeah, let's go."
Attaboy.
Both sit in the box. And he's yelling at me. He's like, "Man, my cardio stinks." He's like, "I was gassed in 10 seconds." wasn't even really a fight. They just kind of held each other's sweaters and like tried to free the hand. And then they're talking about training. Just hockey guys being hockey guys, I guess. Big Cat.
They're like best friends after.
Yeah.
I just like how hockey guys and Canadians say buddy. Like, oh yeah, buddy. Hey, you want to go, buddy? And like, well, okay, buddy. We'll train in the off season, buddy. So, hockey guys are the most salt of the earth athletes out there, probably because they don't get paid a lot.
Yep.
I mean, if we're being honest,
Relative.
relatively speaking. But yeah, I could listen to them being mic'd up all the time.
I still don't know what the eBay line meant.
Which one was
He
that?
goes, he's on the bench, and he goes, you know that on eBay, you have the buy it now feature? I think he just bought it now. I can't
But
even
that's
begin
also
to
hockey,
understand
like
what that's
making
about.
jokes that are like 10 years old. Like, who uses eBay?
I didn't understand a lot of it. Like, saw something like maybe a curve of a stick or a banana. It was just a lot of hockey lingo, a lot of shit going. One of the guys is like, I'm dishing all over the place tonight, boys, and everyone on the bench is like, no, you're not. Like, you never hear that from you. It's like everyone's just, it's great hockey talk. So it was a slow day. That's good. This car, you want to talk slow day? This car accident video that went viral in 2015, Feidelberg reblogged, but it was already written down before I came to a conclusion. It's a wild thing. I guess by this point we should know if anybody died.
Yeah, so I was watching the video and I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. Obviously, these cars are really getting fucked up here. Around the 1 minute mark, when the little kids start screaming, "Daddy, Daddy! Oh my God!"
Gotta get out.
That's when I had to shut it off. I was like, okay, I think I'm out on this video.
I watched it to the end. The last car, if someone did die, would be the one because it got like the
Demolished.
back of a truck, like went right through the windshield. Hopefully nobody did. That's why we're talking about
Well,
it.
Spin Zone, it was 2015. So if
They're
someone
over it.
did die,
That's
we've had
over.
enough
The
time to
grieving period-
grieve. Right,
the
so
grieving
it's
period
okay
is over.
to put them on the rundown.
I would say it seemed like it took a while for people to realize they shouldn't be in the cars. Like there was a bunch of cars, then all of a sudden everyone's like, "Get out of
There's
there!"
like
and
a gas
everyone's
tank,
running.
yeah,
It's
right.
like, yeah. I mean, this is a disaster scene. Get out of there. I don't
want to be on the highway in the middle of a snowstorm either, though. That's not exactly the same.
Yeah, but those cars could blow up, man. I
Is
mean,
it-
one of them.
I mean, I
Is
feel
it-
like that's Hollywood, no?
No, I don't think so.
That, by the way, happened to us on the Blackout Tour. Way back on the Blackout Tour, the Bostonian, shout out Matt Robitaille, Bostonian broke down on the way home from Sam Adams that in the middle of the night on like a bend, and we all had to like just sit there in the woods for like an hour because we were afraid we were going to get rear-ended. Is it morally in this day and age, and I'll still say 2015 is this day and age, your job to videotape that or to help people?
Well, you can't. What are you gonna? You can't help them. You don't know what you're doing. I'm not gonna be any. I'm just gonna be in the way if I try to get in there.
That's
I'm just
generally like your
documenting it.
philosophy.
Yeah, don't mess with anybody. Period, living or dying.
I'm just going to be in the way.
I think if you're like, say you're sitting there with your girl or something, she tapes, you help.
Yeah.
You know, the women can tape. That's, you know, as long as they make sure they flip the camera, and then be like, go ahead, you stand there. I'm gonna go try to help.
I think you've got to find it has to be taped.
Yeah.
It's almost like if it doesn't not taped, it didn't happen.
And bonus, you get
You're
get
the
shown
hero.
on tape as
Yeah.
the hero.
Yeah, right. So as long, even if it's girls, guys, whatever, you find out in the group who's taping this. Everybody else.
Yeah,
helps.
one person tapes.
Yeah. West Virginia. This guy is going for a probation job. I'm not quite sure how this came up, but he's just like, they must ask, have you ever done a crime? And he essentially said, I once got a girl drunk and had sex with her. That is a crime, even in West Virginia.
Shocking.
They called the girl up, and they're like, did this happen? She's like, oh yeah, I did not consent to this. The guy going for the probation job not only did not get the job, he was arrested for date rape.
Switcheroo.
Shout out to anybody.
That job interview did not go well.
Yeah.
Do you think
Not-
he thought he nailed
not
it when he walked
successful.
out? He's like, I got a
Told the
chance at this.
truth.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta tell the truth. That's the best way to do this. They'll be like, you know what? Good job telling the truth. This is a Tex move. He should have stayed in West Virginia. Tex definitely at some point you'll be like, Tex, like, we need you to fill this form out. Have you ever committed a felony? He'd be like, well, this one time I killed a guy. But, you know,
Can't lie.
And then he'll end up in jail. Like that's it's the brutal honesty, kind of like mixed with being really a little slow. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can say whatever you want.
I mean, he
have no
is.
problem.
He's slow now. He's been concussed like 700 times.
Yeah, and
This is another one of my philosophies. Just don't ever tell the truth.
on a job interview. Well, I mean, I don't even know.
Lie
if
about, no,
that's-
lie about everything all
I
the
don't
time.
even know if that's a philosophy. But I know when you're going for a police or a law enforcement, you can't admit to crimes that nobody knows you committed.
You wait to become a cop, and then you admit the crime, and then the
It's too
police
late.
station just suspends you for a couple
Right.
weeks.
I mean, it's a very different deal if he has a record and was arrested, but nobody knew.
right. Wild.
He must have given the name too. To the
Yeah,
girl.
be able to call it up,
I
I
think
mean-
this was.
Yeah, you call her
and
just to
Texas give me the
verify.
finger. Yep. Okay.
Fuego box, hot sauce. Use the promo code Rundown. It's $10 off your first box. 1 sauce or 3 sauces. You can buy either package. You can do something for everybody who enjoys tasty food.
We got to get it for Coley. Yeah.
Did
Love
you
it.
hear this move that Coley does?
What?
Coley, so we found this out today when we were ordering lunch on Barstool Radio, and we got kale Caesar salads, all of us, and then Coley put in this order. Get me a kale Caesar salad, hold the Caesar dressing, and put some hot sauce on it. So you must be all about the Fuego box.
Yeah, I'm all in. If they want
Wow.
to sponsor
It
mixtape,
burns
give me a
calories.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it does.
I mean, seriously, Fuego Box listening, the mixtape, rundown, podcast, basketball, and you can hot sauce. So wasn't
Hot
that
sauce.
the name of an and one guy?
Hot sizzle.
It was hot sizzle or hot sauce?
I mean, the
It was
brand
hot
symmetry
sauce
is perfect.
branched into hot sizzle.
yeah,
you gotta
we're
change your
making,
name
we're
every
making
couple years,
matches
stay
in heaven
fresh.
here. We got a guy who actually puts hot sauce. Do you put it on everything, like pizza, everything, or just?
I put it on.
I'll
almost
put it on.
everything.
I'll put it on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So there you
Burns
go.
calories.
Live by the hot sauce.
That's also a fact for Fuego Box. You get skinnier if you use hot sauce.
Yeah, that's another Coley fact I didn't know. Hot sauce, you lose weight.
You sweat it out.
So use the
Is that
code
why?
Rundown.
Because
I
you
don't
sweat
know.
it
I
out?
just made that.
Coley
up.
knows.
Kickstarts your metabolism. So
Yeah.
if you don't keep your metabolism going, it doesn't do anything, but it will
So eat a little
help.
hot sauce.
That's
and
the
then hit
same
gym.
thing I said. It's just fancier.
All right,
It's
so
sweat it
Fuego
out.
Box not only tastes good for some people, it helps you lose weight. Seems like a no-brainer. $10 off. Use the code Rundown. Carmelo's hats. He's back with his hats. A good call on the Seinfeld rat hat.
Yeah.
The blog's funny because it has all his hats. Okay.
This is what he does.
Here's the $1 million question I have for you. Is Carmelo self-aware?
I don't think so. I think that's why he's still such a fucking asshole. I think that he genuinely still puts those hats on like, I look fucking cool. I'm still an NBA superstar. I won't waive my no trade. I don't think he's self-aware on any level, on or off the court.
That Charlie Chocolate and Factory, like Wonka, Willy Wonka one he had, though, is the one that makes me.
It's so bizarre. He is such a interesting.
You could write
player
a book
because
on that
he's-
guy.
I want to say he's self-aware. I think the only
think so
thing
at
he's
all.
not self-aware in is that he's not like a LeBron, Kevin Durant, that level. That's where his self-awareness just totally is lacking. Because a LeBron or something like the superstars, true superstars, can wear whatever the fuck they want. Russell Westbrook dresses like an
Total
alien.
asshole.
half
But
the
I
time.
think he knows he's dressing like an alien.
Right, but you also can get away
has,
with
like,
it
a
because you'd be like,
commercial
it's
for it.
fashion. Carmelo has just morphed into this joke of a person and like the franchise.
Yeah, but his
and-
Twitter is very so active, and his Instagrams are all cryptic.
It's crazy.
He's
He's
got
crazy.
Lala, who she thinks she's famous too. They're a perfect couple. I think they're both a fucking completely ignorant to who they really are.
It's
Interesting.
insane. The whole
stinks.
Carmelo thing is just where does he go from here?
He's gonna have
He's
to
gonna
latch
have
on
to, right. He's gonna have
to
to. But
some
I just-
winner. I wouldn't want him.
You-
I mean, like, who wants
I was
that?
watching. I don't know why. Like so it just scrolled through my Twitter feed. There was tape of the Western Conference Finals when Carmelo on the Nuggets were playing the Lakers. It was crazy watching that. Like he was trying really hard on defense. He was playing like physical basketball. Just a completely different guy.
Now he just mails it in.
He just fucking shoots jumpers and like
And he
looks
can
a
still
step
get you
slow.
20 every time.
Yeah, of course.
but
You can
it's
fill it up when he's shooting, but
Yeah.
like, it's insane. Carmelo, weird.
good hat guy though. Great hat game.
Carmelo, weird.
Weird.
That could be a T-shirt.
That's the end of it. Yeah, weird dude. Carmelo, comma, weird dude. Just all his hats.
yeah,
Just like
yeah.
fucking pictures of all.
Yeah, that's actually.
I think you like. I think the
actually-
Monopoly Man one
yeah.
is the number one. That would be my choice for the shirt.
I think.
the Monopoly
no,
Man
I,
with didn't he have like a match in his ear
I
too?
think like a Brady Bunch lineup with
and just
him
Carmelo,
all over the hats
weird
and
dude.
just Carmelo,
Weird
weird dude. That's actually
Carmelo
it
on
reminds-
top, weird dude on the bottom.
It reminds me of the ESPN guy shirt a little bit.
Which one?
The Broussard shirt.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
worst.
And sources
The worst.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a wild. That's a one in a. You see it every now. I've seen it in wild like maybe 2 or 3 times.
It's so great.
It's unbelievable. It's like instant best friend. Like,
Yeah,
dude.
it's a
Brew
great
crew.
shirt. Snowstorms bring out you're good for 1 to 5 awesome interviews. Not only snowstorms, but like storms in general. This reporter, I think it was DC, runs up to a guy In this interview, they're going back and forth. He's like, how's the snow? He's like, well, I missed it because I was in jail last time. I'm not from this county. The guy's crazy who's getting interviewed. The crazier guy is like the cracker reporter trying to like keep the dialect going with him, and they're just like bouncing it off each other. It's just a weird kind of scene.
At what point as a reporter do you just cut it off and be like, I chose an ex-convict slow person?
I mean, you go, but I don't think you try to be him.
Yeah, well, he was doing the reporter like, oh, hey, okay, yeah, this is crazy, man. At some point, you just have to be like, I'm going to go find someone else because this dude is probably a murderer.
It is funny, though, the first snow, because everyone loves the first snow. Because the first snow comes in December when it's, holiday season, everyone's happy. So it's funny to see this guy when we're all like in March, we're like, fuck this snow. Like, give us spring, give us summer. And he's just sitting there like, oh my God, look at the snowflakes.
City living changes. I walk in, I think you go walk. I know New York is notorious. The snow things in New York, which is a thing, is off the curbs. They just become these humongous slush puddles.
Yeah.
So I am rooting against.
Coming.
Yeah, I went up to like right here.
And they look like the pavement.
When you're in it and you're just like fucked, and then you just fucked for the rest of the day. It's the worst.
Fucking Tech Pete was walking around with no shoes on today. I assume he fell victim to a slush puddle too.
Is that why he was?
I would have to imagine. Just running around barking out orders with fucking black socks on.
Did you see All Business Pete with like the most savage tweet of all time yesterday to Chaps?
No.
Chaps did a whole he made shepherd's pie for his new review. Forgot to turn on the microphone. So he made a 4-hour video and just forgot to turn on the microphone. And All Business Pete replied, shocking that the guy who forgot to duck under a window didn't turn on the microphone.
All Business Pete's been feeling
He's
himself
not All
for
Business
quite
Pete
a
anymore.
while.
He's Savage Tweeter Pete.
Yeah, no, he's been feeling himself for quite a while.
wild.
At this
Damn.
point. Snoop versus Trump. So Snoop made a video that basically portrayed him like shooting Donald Trump. Donald Trump tweeted out that if a failing artist like Snoop did that and fake shot Obama, he'd be arrested. And then what was he?
Jail time.
Jail time.
Jail time.
Jail time, which you said now has replaced
Temporarily. Sad will forever and always
sad.
be the #1 Trump thing, but in the moment right now, jail time, I think, has taken over the throne.
Did you guys get into the whole Trump taxes thing on Barstool? I mean, no one's gotten bamboozled. She got
boondoggle.
played. She got played so hard by Trump last night.
But wouldn't you do the same thing? This is the question we asked. If you had, you're going to get the Twitter followers, you're going to get the ratings.
Because Maddow's one of those people who thinks of herself as like a real journalist that's changing the narrative and all that shit. And she just got in front of the world and basically
did what Trump complains about.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I'm convinced Trump leaked those himself.
Yeah.
Because it made him look like, oh, he paid $38 million in taxes. Wow, what a bad guy. And then you saw the tweets. I saw some stat. That year, Trump paid more taxes than or percentage-wise than Obama, MSNBC, all the list of all the Trump haters.
Yeah.
It was so clearly planned.
Even if you start to break down the percentages and stuff, you have to know that 90% of America, when they see that you paid $40 million in taxes, is probably going to be like, well,
and they had that nerd guy who came out there who was coming himself from jokes about, China and Russia and all that shit.
Yeah.
He even said it right away. He's like, Trump could have leaked this himself. And then he went off this whole thing. It's like, dude, you just said what happened, and yet you're still going to go in on this?
If he did leak it, there's no better feeling than leaking something like that and having someone play it into your hands. I still
played
go back
right into his hands.
After I did the fucking Revis to the Jets thing, which I missed.
You were in the
I leaked a story and put myself in the background, and they started reporting it on 98.5 without credit. It's like, oh, I got him. You check out me, my prep school face is on the conveyor belt waiting for my luggage. The best. So Trump did that. He probably came himself instantly, which I don't blame him. Shout out Florida. What can you say about this lady? She's just twerking her fucking face off on the highway on the roof of a car.
That's 5 out of 5 Floridas.
It's just Florida.
It's
gonna
Florida.
be, by the way, it's gonna be like a dog sticking their head out the window. That's gonna be a magical feeling to twerk, like air in your asshole, blowing. That actually has to feel pretty fucking good.
Like sitting on one of those new age Dyson fan things. Yeah.
And if you're gonna do it, do it. I don't think it should be a crime. That's the rundown. Anything post show?
Ready for March Madness.
Yeah,
I want to hear more about gambling.
Just do it.
He's my best friend. Are we gonna sit? Are we gonna do some Facebook Live?
Come on, just do it.
What are we gonna do?
Do it for the content.
I haven't been turned on yet.
Okay, but when you do get turned on, what's our plan?
If I'm turned on, I will bet every game five dimes.
Yeah.
And this entire office, who many of them don't know me very well, will see a very, very different Dave Portnoy.
We should actually do police scene caution tape around where you're sitting.
And I'm gonna a little shout
Can you
out to
imagine
all
the new
these
guard
fucking.
No, because
With
Dave
this guy?
doesn't like these guys don't understand. Like when someone's gonna walk up and be like, "Oh, I had $25."
That's why I was just gonna warn people.
Yeah, don't tell me about your bet.
Unless you're betting money that you can't afford to lose.
Right. Unless you're
not gambling. You're not
unless
gambling.
You're way
I
in
don't
over your
want to
head.
hear about
Right.
your bets, and I don't want to hear about your brackets, and I don't want to hear about this.
Yeah,
and I
oh
don't
yeah,
wanna
the
hear about that.
brackets.
I had that upset.
I
had that upset
the
in my
brackets.
bracket.
Listen, for
Unless
people
it's
who
the
gamble,
Bud Light Busters
yes,
bracket, which
yeah.
is a very
well,
big
this is
prize.
different because that's different. But the people when you're gambling on March Madness and the people who show up and they're like, "Oh, I lost that," I had the 12 seed winning that. Can't believe they lost.
I
and
want
you're
to
just
stuff
like,
them
I
all
lost
down
my
the toilet.
fucking
I've been with Gaz. Gaz is employee
Yeah.
sales guy, employee number one. The maddest I've been at him was at our March Madness party when he was just over my shoulder. His record in March Madness has to be like 140-7 versus the spread. The dude wins every game. He bets $10. I was betting 10 grand in my prime, going like 0-30, and he'd be like, "I'm up $72."
There was that one
I'm like,
day-
I'm down 50 grand.
There was that one Friday that I think we both went like a combined like 2 for like 15.
The tournament's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it's the worst.
I don't.
It's the best and it's the
I
worst.
rarely am even. I just go ice.
I
and I can't
always
win
just-
anything, or I get hot.
And then you'd like have them stuck. I remember just vividly walking home. I think it was 2 years ago. I had it over in like a Providence game, and I think they scored 35 points, like total. And I remember just refreshing it and being like, "How are they fucking?" And those are the moments of March Madness
Yeah.
where you're just like,
and then you
dying.
get the other beautiful thing about March Madness is not beautiful, it's terrible, is you see all these teams you haven't seen and how they play, the ones that actually win, is no correlation to how they play the next day.
Right.
Like you get teams who catch fire versus, and you're like, I saw them, they're good, and then they come out, it's like an
and you get the
entirely
fouls
different, yeah.
when teams don't give up and teams stop because it's different. Usually in the regular season, teams would give up when they're down 7. Teams don't give up anymore.
A tweet that everybody should be prepared for if I'm live is that they should offer OT insurance.
Yes.
That's something I'm going to talk about.
Yes.
Coaches should be on the record on their philosophy on how they foul at the end of the games. There's so many things. I'm getting sick to my stomach thinking
Speaking of which,
about it.
I had the game last night, and they didn't. New Orleans was down 1 with 33 seconds left. They played defense. They played it all
what
out.
was the shot clock at?
It was 30. It was a new shot clock. They played full defense. They stopped them, and they had the ball back with 3 seconds. They were down 1. And of course, they had like a heave for, it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. That's what you can't handicap for. It's just coaches being so stupid, and like the idiots sitting on the couch can outsmart.
Yeah. I did see that choke in that game, too. We didn't talk about that. That was just a little side choke. The Nevada guy looked like he was mad about 3 seconds, that there was miscommunication. The big guy pushed the little guy, and then the little guy pushed him, and then next thing you know, he's just getting choked out, like two-handed choke.
That's your spot.
I'm excited. We're going to need to do the
That's
car.
March
I think we
Madness.
do police tape. And then you and Lewis, Light Switch Lou.
Oh my God.
Light
Lewis
Switch
can be
Lou
in that.
Light Switch Lou might bet more
Than you.
be more in over his head than
Right.
Dave and I.
Percentage-wise.
Like he might not bet more, but he's more in over his head.
And then it's like going back to the bank. They're like, why do you need
Yeah.
this
He's
much
gone.
cash?
Yeah, no,
It's
yeah.
like,
No,
I
it's-
don't- I
it's the
do-
best. I
just
love it.
ask
Don't
me
ask
about my
questions.
cash.
Give me the
PayPal.
fucking
If
money.
I look through my PayPal receipts for the last, I would just cry. I'd cry.
When you have to call the bank ahead of time to be like, you got to have this much cash ready, they're like, what? That's bad.
That's
All right.
You get the vacuum sealed bags.
Yes. The vacuum.
oh my God.
It's terrible. If it goes
Yes.
to a set, you want to count in the back. It's like, I just
Oh,
want to get the
God.
fuck out of this
No, but
bank.
you know
Counting
If
it
you
out
count-
is the worst.
If
Counting
you
it out is
counted it wrong, that's tough. My bookie's going to have to deal with
counting
that.
it out is the worst experience because you're just like counting every dollar that you could have had.
But do you remember when the Dunkin' Donuts bag got dropped off?
That
It was the
a great
happiest
moment.
you've ever been.
It's a high moment.
It's the
Now we get
happiest
that.
And
I've
I
ever
will
seen
shower this office with love in Vegas.
Oh,
the people
yeah.
who win that trip, you want Dave to get real hot.
Yes.
Real hot, because we'll have the best time in Vegas,
It
whoever
is.
wins the
You
bus.
spread
the
it.
Busters.
You spread it
Yeah.
around.
And I'm thinking I want to be in and out. I'm not like, I know if I continue, because this is the easiest time to quit after March Madness.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I can stop. if you don't
If
stop
you get
betting, you start
baseball, we've
doing
talked
NBA.
about it a million
oh,
times.
you get involved
Once
in
you
baseball,
bet one
forget about
baseball
it.
game, it's over for the rest
Forget-
of the year.
baseball
if you
takes-
bet one baseball game, you have to bet all 162.
And then you just lose a portion of your life.
Yes.
It's like it's a
Yes.
calendar of your
And
life that is gone.
Yeah, no, it's true. Every Tuesday and Thursday, you're betting the
Day
getaway games.
Yeah, no,
and it's just ruining your life.
You lose a significant portion of you. I have blocks in my life that I don't know where they went.
Yeah, because like the A's were playing at 1 o'clock on a Thursday.
All right, that's the rundown.
So excited.